Coming to you from the 404, I'm Kyle Dowd. Welcome to the 404, where we show you what's happening in and around the city of Atlanta. First off, let's catch you up on what you missed last week. Historic 4th Ward Park hosted the Atlanta Brunch Festival. The event was presented by Atlanta Beer Festival and Atlanta Wine Party. I'm not exactly sure who wants beer and wine with their waffles, but apparently noon is the new 5. And tonight, Durant's Dance is performing at First Center for the Arts at Georgia Tech. The troupe reimagines tap dance by combining the form with street, club, and experimental dance. I guess experimental dance wasn't confusing enough on its own? Also tonight, the Center for Puppetry Arts is featuring a rock and roll puppet band on a quest for galactic adventure in the performance Space! Supposedly they took punctuation advice from Jeb's campaign. I wonder if it will work out better for them. If you go to the puppet show and your artistic side still isn't satisfied, check out The Revolutionists, the story of 4 powerful, provocative French women in 1793 Paris during the Reign of Terror. The show deals with gender inequality, racial tension, and the violence of the guillotine, and runs until March 20th at 7 Stages Theater. Politicians weighed in on the event, saying it combined a few of their favorite things. For more on Atlanta's current events, let's send it to Alexa Mills, who has the talk on the block.
Thanks, Kyle. To get a better sense of the local flavor, we are on the streets of downtown Atlanta to see how people react to our crazy tough questions. Let's see how the people respond to our made-up scenarios. Do you support Donald Trump's agreement to build a wall around Atlanta so the aquarium will be able to express donation to Waffle Barn in order to save Jimmy Carter's Statue of Liberty?
Well, of course, I'm pretty sure he's for the productive, for the positive, so I'm going to promote that to the fullest.
No walls, no walls.
No walls?
No walls.
No walls at all?
No.
The world's largest aquarium?
China, I think.
San Diego.
Olympics were in Atlanta last year. What did you think of Jimmy Carter's 100-meter dash?
I see it was successful.
Do you know who Jimmy Carter is?
Yeah, I know who Jimmy Carter is.
Who's Jimmy Carter?
Jimmy Carter is Jimmy Carter.
He was in the Olympics.
Who is your favorite competitor in the race?
I go with Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's really fast, too.
Yes.
I guess now we know the people of Atlanta really do know what they're talking about. Kyle, back to you.
Thanks, Alexa. Now let's get the word on the street with Jada Sandu.
Hey guys, I've spent a day out on the streets of Atlanta trying to get a feel for the local flavor of this city and how people depict it on social media.
Atlanta's got, it's not too rich, not too poor, got the perfect mix of all races, foods, colors.
The culture, it's very, very rich in culture. I think it's very different.
It's The Walking Dead because it was filmed here. So literally when I think about Atlanta, I think about everything that's filmed here.
Sports, from the Falcons, the Braves, everything. There's all these different places you can tour, like Coca-Cola Factory. And so just the aspect of the city.
I see a lot of pop, jazz kind of feel.
I think it's a mixture of Southern fusion.
Everybody's happy, so it's a happy flavor.
When I think of Atlanta, I think of Hotlanta. And when I think of Hotlanta, I think of babes.
After finding out the flavor of this city through both the eyes of locals and tourists, you can tell it's very unique. Now back to you, Kyle.
Thanks, Jada. Coming up, we have an exclusive interview with former NBA player and general manager Billy Knight.
Have you been Cheesecake lately? Cheesecake specializes in turning your favorite desserts into amazing cheesecake flavors. Cheesecake is a famous business featured in Atlanta Tribune, voted Best of Atlanta in 2013. All flavors are available in personal, party, individually wrapped pops, and full cheesecakes. Experience new local flavors at Cheesecake on 231 Peachtree Street.
I'm here with former NBA/ABA player and former general manager for the Atlanta Hawks, Billy Knight. You've been here, you said, since the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Could you describe the local flavor here in Atlanta and how it contributes to the Atlanta Hawks fan base?
Well, the Hawks fan base, because the city has grown so big, but the thing about Atlanta's fan base is so many of the people are not from Atlanta. So many people have moved here from other cities. So you don't necessarily get the homegrown feel with the fans that you might get somewhere else in Oklahoma City, in San Antonio, or Indianapolis or Milwaukee. Most of the people that come are from that area. But here in Atlanta, I think, it's just my personal opinion, is that most of the people come from other cities. There's so many universities. It's become, like you talked about, the movie industry of the South. It was the New South years ago. So many people have moved here from other parts of the country that they're not really homegrown fans. And they come to the games, but a lot of times they come to the games because they're from New York or from LA or from some other city to watch another team. But it doesn't matter, just so long as they come to the games.
So do you think like that diversity of people coming all over, is this a new development in Atlanta, or has it kind of always been that way?
I think it's always been like that. I think it's always been like that in Atlanta because Atlanta's always had that reputation of growing the city with people that keep moving here from other places. And the city is continuing to grow. The latest stats say that it's over almost 6 million people in the Atlanta area. So that's a far cry from what it was 10 or 15 years ago. And it's continuing to grow because the weather, climate, the opportunities here. And I think it's going to continue to be that way.
Well, it certainly is a beautiful city. Mr. Knight, thank you for joining us today and giving us some insight into both the league and your life. Now let's send it over to Alex Muir, who's going rogue in Atlanta.
Thanks, Kyle. This is Going Rogue with Alex Muir, and I spent the day in the streets of Atlanta, Georgia, getting the local flavor of this city's rap culture. In Atlanta, there's a really big rap culture, so I have a few questions for you. Can you name and perform one dance move that is sang in the song Watch Me by Salento?
The nay-nay. Like stanky leg, that sort of thing, like.
In Migos' song Pipe It Up and Look at My Dab, they mentioned the dance move the dab.
Okay.
Could you possibly show me your best rendition of the dab? Just sneezing, and you just go ahead and do it.
I think I saw Hillary doing it a while back. Like this.
That's the local flavor of this city's rap culture. Now back to you, Kyle Dowd.
Thank you, Alex, for informing us and the people of Atlanta on local music culture. Well, that'll do it for the 404. Hopefully you have a better grasp of the happenings here in Atlanta. Thanks for watching.